Hi everyone, welcome to this tutorial. This tutorial is about a spreadsheet that I created to help you price your craft items that you create. I'll walk you through the pricing spreadsheet to help you. This is to help you price your handmade crochet or any craft items with confidence and accuracy. We will go through the spreadsheet. You will see it's so simple. It's automated and it's very easy to use. The spreadsheet is designed to take the guesswork out of pricing. Whether you're just starting to sell your creations or you've been doing it for a while, it helps ensure that you're not underpricing your work while also keeping track of everything, what you've made, what you've used, and what you still have in stock. It's easy to use. It's adaptable to all kinds of handmade crafts. It's perfect for crochet and knitting, sewing, jewelry making, candle making, painting, and more. Basically, if you create it by hand, this tool can help you manage your pricing and supplies. What's especially great is that it's also craft show ready. If you're preparing for a market or an event, you can include both booth fees, supplies, and other show expenses directly in your item pricing to make sure that you cover those prices when you're selling your items. I created the spreadsheet because I wanted a simple, all-in-one tool that will help me stay organized, understand the true cost of each item that I make, and make sure that I was evaluating my time and effort properly. I'm also working, just a little side note, on a few other spreadsheets tailored to different types of creative work, like for example, a spreadsheet specifically made for woodworking or candle making, and I've got great ideas for more options to make each version more specific to your needs. I'm also developing a one-line spreadsheet with an automated inventory tracker to make things even easier. If there's a specific type of spreadsheet you're looking for, something tailored to your craft, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear what would be helpful for you and maybe even build something that's perfect for your workflow. Now let's get into it. I will move on this side. So my first page is the About page. So this is the About page. Um, uh, this page is basically your quick reference guide. It has all the information. I will be walking you through this. All the info that is contained on the About page, I will be walking you through it in the tutorial, but it's in written form. So if you ever need a refresher or you just want to double check how to do something without rewatching the whole video again, this is going to be the place to go. It explains what the spreadsheet is for, how it works, um, and what each section is designed to do. So think of it as a built-in instruction manual. It's simple, easy to follow, and always here when you need it. You'll also find a quick overview of what's included in the spreadsheet, like what's the section for pricing, the inventory, craft show preparation, and more. Plus, I've included a few tips on how to customize it to fit your own craft or business. You don't need to do anything on this page. This page is just here to help you stay on track and remind you how everything works if you need it. So with that in mind, let's move on to the next page where we'll really start diving into the spreadsheet. So I've clicked into the January. Let me just go back here. Um, So you will see the space. In the space below here, I have all my pages and I have every month. They're organized by every month. So just to give you an idea, this is all the items you can add for 1 month. Um, if you don't want it every month, you would prefer to have it yearly, you can easily do that. You just double click it and type in what you prefer. If you want to have it organized in all your different crafts or different years, or this is totally up to you. You can just change that if you want to. I'm not going to change it in this case. If you want to add pages, you can simply do that by right-clicking on the page in the bottom, you are going to use copy. And let's say I want to copy page 1, you choose page 1 and you click OK. I'm going to cancel because I don't want to cancel. I don't want to copy this first page. I will go through a quick explanation of each section and each column and what they're for. So quantity, this section here is how many of the item you created. So for now, let's say my example is a little crochet frog that I created. So in my inventory of items created, this is what I will write. Keep in mind that what you write here is going to automatically be sent to this little section here of your monthly list. So this is very useful because let's say you're planning on going to a craft show and you want to bring this list with you, or you want to know what you created in this month. This is going to be, this little section comes right here. Whatever you wrote, my little frog here, I have 1 in stock, and then the rest will be calculated in our spreadsheet. Let me just go back. This row is for the inventory. So you can put a custom code or a label you can assign to your product to help you keep track easily. Okay, so you might notice that this first row here, it contains some information. A little reminder. There's a little box when you click the row, there's a little box that appears and it tells you enter the item you created. This is just a reminder for the people who are not used to working in Excel or in a spreadsheet. This is just going to help you out. Oh, and you forget, what goes in this row? What am I doing wrong? What should I put here? There's a little tab here that appears, and it's just a little reminder of what you should write in that row. If you're an expert at this and you don't need it, just ignore it. The only place that this appears is in this first row. In any other row, you're not going to get that information. So if you're at row, let's say you're at this section here and you forgot, oh, what am I supposed to put in this cell? You just go back up and you just click on the first row, or if you're trying to look what to put in this column, and you'll have a little information, like a little information sheet, just as a reminder. Okay, so let's continue. In the supplies purchased is where you put the material or the items that you bought to make the product. You put a little description, and you can put whatever you want in this. It's for you. Just as a reminder, because if you ever want to come back to this item and say, oh, I remember doing this, I want to know exactly what I used to create that little frog because I want to do more. If you put a nice little description of what you got, it's easier to reproduce. It's a good reminder. In here, the quantity per package is, in this example, it's yarn. I have loops and thread, and this was yarn. I have, this is how many units come in one package of the supply you bought. So, for example, my skein of yarn, I purchased 1 green, and it had 198 grams. I purchased white, and there was 198 grams because it was the same size. I purchased a little package of eyes. There's 2 eyes in that package, so that's what you put in here. I purchased fill, polyester fill, and in the big bag that I got, there's 1,618 grams of fill. So that's what you would put in here. The quantity, the cost of package, then you're going to put the cost of the package that you purchased. So it was $5.99 for that 1 skein of yarn. Again, $5.99 for the white, $4.99 for my 2 eyes, and I paid $27.99 for my big bag of fill. Now you're also going to add the quantity you used. So I used 205 grams of the green. Okay, so this is because instead of putting, um, I purchased 2 um, packages of green yarn. So I don't have to write that I purchased 2. I just have to type what I used. I used a total of 205 grams, and that tells me that I spent $6.20 in the green yarn. And then if I go to the next one, the white yarn, I only used 50 grams, so my total expense for the white yarn is only $1.51. So that will really give you a very good exact price of what your item cost you to produce. The little eyes, I used the 2 eyes, so it cost me $4.99. I used the whole package, and a package was $4.99, so that is exactly um, my total cost. And for the fill, I used 100 grams, which equals to $1.73 of what it cost me for my little frog. So in total, it cost me $14.43 to create that little frog. So if I created 2, let's say I changed this to 2. I created 2 little frogs. Then the price will change. Now it cost me $28.86 to create those little 2 frogs. I'm going to keep it at 1 for now. And I have a total production cost of $14.43. And now we are going to go to the second section, which is the price calculation, what the system is calculating your price to be. The first section, you will see that this is your markup. This is the percentage you want to add on top of your costs to help you set your selling price. So if you see, let's say I put nothing. I don't put a markup. The system calculates your production cost, $14.43, and it's going to suggest that you sell it at $14.43. Yes, you're not going to be making any profit, but at least it's suggesting that price so that you're not going under. So this is the price you have to sell it at so that you don't go into the negative, but you make nothing in profit. Let's say I put a 30% profit markup. Then the system is suggesting the selling price that you should sell it. Well, it's not suggesting. The selling price that the system calculates is now, with the 30% markup, is now $18.76 for a profit of $4.33. The next section is if you want to calculate and add your time. I put an hour and $12 an hour to create that little frog. Now it's calculating your markup plus your hours and your time, and it's suggesting that your selling price should be $30.76 when considering calculating the markup plus the hours. Then you also have a section for discounts. Right now there's no discount. Oh, and I should also mention that you don't have to add both. If you only want to put markup and you don't want to calculate your hours, you put nothing, and it's going to grab the amount here, see, and it's reproducing it to there. It's just copying it over. I only put a markup of 30%. Then it suggests my selling price is $18.76. I did not put any hours. Okay, so my selling price is $18.76. If I wanted to put a discount at the end of the weekend, I didn't sell it, and it's going to tell you, like, oh, can I put a 50% discount without going into the negative? Oh, I can't. I can't tag 50% off because then I go into negative. So let's say I put a tag 25%. Oh, I make minus 36, so no profit again. And that is because I didn't put any hours. So I put 30%, my selling price is 18. So I can keep saying, okay, well, if I put 10%, okay, I still made $2.45 profit. My selling price should be $16.89. So that's totally up to you. You can play around with that. This is just for tutorial. It's just an example. It's just to help you, just to show you how it works. Then we're going to go to the next section, which is the product list and inventory. So like I was explaining, everything you made, it's going to copy over to here. It's automated. So you don't have to retype this. It's just going to come and be copied over. This is repeated. It's for tracking purpose. So it helps you link the cost and the sales back to the product. Um, I just find it useful because if I want to go to a craft show, I can just print this little sheet here and tag my items really quickly. Or if I want to come back and check what I made that month, how much profit I made, there is also a a total. So I can see how much profit I made that month, the cost, the calculating, how much I spent creating those items. So very useful. Um, so if I go back, the system calculates that I created one frog, I have one in stock, the production cost, so what it cost me to create that item, and depending on what I enter in the markup and my hours and the discount, it grabs the price and it copies it over. So we determine that with everything you added, the selling price should be $16.89. You still have the last word. So if you don't like the $16.89 and you want to change it, I put 15 or I can put 18 and it tells you the new profit that you're making on this item. I made $3.57 at this price. So if I make a price tag, I put $18 on it, I made a very slim profit of $3.57. This is just for example purpose. It's just to show you how the spreadsheet works. Then if I go back down here, if I in this little section is craft show ready. So you obviously, if you're going to do craft shows or vendor markets or whatever, you want your expenses to be added to your selling price. You want to be able to cover those expenses. If you don't do craft shows, you don't have to enter anything. You don't even have to use it. But if you do, it's very useful for you. So let's say I have table fees, $25 for the space, and I have $25 for the insurance. You can add whatever expense you want. Then that tells me that to go to this market, it will cost me $50 for this market. Now this will be calculated in your price. So if I go back up here, I have one item. So what happens is that I have to cover my $50 here with that one item. So it's made the price $66.89 because I only have one item to cover the price. Obviously, I would never go to a craft show with only one item, but once this is full of items, you will be able to cover the more items you have, you will be able to cover uh, the expense of your craft show evenly throughout all your items. So after this is full, and after I have, maybe 10 of my frogs or 5 of my frogs, the calculating selling price is not going to be so high because now it's going to be distributed evenly throughout all my items. Because I don't want one item to cover the cost, I want it to be added to each and every item I'm going to bring to my craft show. And last, I have the master page and the master page for the inventory. So this is also totally up to you. You use it if you want to. you know, and I forgot to mention that you can add, because big this, I just I put the size of this page very big so that's easier to see. But you know, you can put your company name here, your year if that's what you how you want to function, and same here. Now this inventory page, this is not this you have to enter it manually. So if I purchased, this is only an example, I purchased eyes. So I have one package of little eyes. Description, I put toy eyes. I didn't bother to put an inventory number here. Quantity per package. So I have two. So I put two because I have two little eyes in that package. The unit. So this is per unit because it's eyes. If I was to record yarn, I could put all ounces, grams, yards, meters, that's up to you. But because this is 2 units in a package, I put unit. And this is automatically calculated to a 2. My cost per package, it cost me $2.99 for that package. And how many I used. So I used 2 eyes. Inventory remaining, I have 0 because I used both of them. So the value of my inventory is 0 because I don't have any inventory because I used it. However, I've created one little frog, so this will now be in my inventory if I don't sell it. So I have one in my inventory. I have one little frog. I decided, depending on what appears or what the calculation was, the selling price $15. I know that's not what happened. I think it was supposed to be, we decided on $18. So I would put $18 here. I've sold 0, so I still have one in my inventory. And the value of my inventory is $18. Once you have a lot of items here, this will be very useful for you for year-end income tax purpose, or even to keep track of what you've created, what you haven't sold. So it tells you exactly what you have to bring back to your next show if you do that. So this is pretty useful. And that concludes all the pages of this very easy to use, simple price, this to help you price your items, any craft items you want, your price calculation spreadsheet. Um, so I hope you enjoy, and it helps you create more and makes your life a lot easier. I will post the link to my Etsy page where you can download the spreadsheet. I was very thorough in checking everything a lot of times, but if ever you find something that is not working, send me a message. I will fix it right away. If you don't know how something works, you can send me a message. I'll try to help you as much as I can. But all the information is there, so you should not have any issues at all. It should be very easy for you to follow. And I made sure I made it very simple for people who are starting out so that it's helpful and it's not complicated and it's not a hassle it's supposed to make your life easier and better. So that's why I made it very simple, and hope you enjoy. All right, so now let me pick another example just to show you that it doesn't have to be knitting or crochet. You can pick anything else. So for this example, I'm going to say that I created a rope bowl just for fun. So I created one, and it's a rope bowl that I did. All right, you can come up with your inventory number if you want to. So what did I use? What did I need to create this bowl? So I bought rope. Do I want to put a description? Sure, it was cotton rope that I bought. Oops, I did not mean to make that caps lock. Cotton rope. Now I need to say the quantity per package. So obviously there was just one long rope, but that's not what I need to enter here. I need to enter the length. So let's say I bought 10 meters. Oh, a good thing to remember, it's just the number you have to type in. If you do try to type in letters, it's going to tell you that you've made a mistake. This is because there's formulas that calculate themselves, so it can only be numbers. So I bought 10 meters, and what did it cost me for that rope? It cost me $7.99. How much did I use? I used it all. I used all my rope, so I used the 10 meters. So the total cost of the rope for me is $7.99. What else did I use? Well, I had to buy some glue. I had to buy some Mod Podge. There you go. Do I need a description? Not really, so I'm just going to pass it. I bought a 473 milliliter container. Now, um, how much did it cost? Okay, it cost $11.98. How much did I use? That's going to be the interesting part because things like this is very hard, like it's glue, so it's very hard to figure out. You're just going to have to do a guess. Let's say I'm going to guess I used one milliliter, which I know is not quite that. So it calculates. So I used about 16 cents of that Mod Podge. What else did I use? I bought some hot glue, the hot glue sticks for that. I can write a description, the brand, whatever I want. I'm just to save time. I'm not gonna, at this point, just to save some time, I'm not gonna write it. There was, how many were there? There's a 12 per package. And how much was that? It was, let's say, oh, it was $10.99 for the package. How many glue sticks did I use? I used 3. So of that package that cost me $10.99, I used 2.75 of the hot glue. Whoa, I forgot a U of that hot glue. So in total, it cost me $10.90 to create that rope bowl. So that bowl made of cotton rope, it cost me that much. So then you would go to the second section and you would just continue. Do I want to put a markup? I put 30% markup here. I'm going to put it here as well. So they're telling me my selling price should now be $14.17 for a profit of $3.27. How long did I work on that? I worked for 2 hours at, let's say I want to charge $15 an hour. Now my bowl should be sold at $44.17 for a profit of $33, and it automatically adds up to my little monthly profit or my little monthly list. And they're saying that my calculated price should be 69 and 17 cents. I don't really like that price. I prefer, let's say, 68, and that is the price I'm going to grab and put on my little sticker when it comes time for me to price tag all of my items. You can do this for any type of crafts once you know how to enter into the spreadsheet.